Hello everyone, welcome to my studio here at home. I'm James and my website is ocyogi.com. If you get a chance, please visit. You'll get to see my schedule of online virtual classes. Today's practice is mainly a core focused practice, so mainly targeting the midsection, a little bit of the work on the lower back as well, with some basic yoga stretching mixed in between. Please be mindful with your body as you practice. Rest when you need to. Modify the positions as you see fit. And I'll try to offer some guidance and modifications as we work together. Okay? The practice should be about an hour long. If there's any medical condition that you're aware of, please consult your doctor, your family physician, before starting a physical yoga practice. Some guidance that I can offer in terms of, for example, people with high blood pressure. You don't want to keep the head below heart level for too long, okay? Because blood starts to rush into the head. If you have high blood pressure, if you have any occurrences in the past, let's say, God forbid, a stroke or something like that, you don't want the head below heart level for too long, okay? So be careful with those things. Be mindful, please, as you practice, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so. Subscribe to my website as well so I can keep you updated on these weekly classes. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and come down to our back. Hug the knees into the chest. Massage the lower back by circling the knees around. A few circles in one direction. And a few circles in the opposite direction. Release your left foot heel and interlace over the right shin just below the kneecap. As you rest your head, and go ahead and start to circle the knee here in a clockwise fashion, massaging the hip joint. If it feels good to hug it in a bit more and press a bit more with the hands, or move it here left and right. Just notice how that feels for you, right? Some might press a bit more, some a little bit less. Reach back, nice long inhale. Exhale, left knee comes in. And again, hug the knee in over here. Move it left and right, circle it around, massaging the hip socket on the left side. Good. Interlace hands behind head. Let the weight of the head and neck rest in the hands, in the arms. Elbows wide open. And soften the shoulders away from ears. Now start to stretch the head, the neck just a bit as you press and drag upwards. And then you'll guide it here left and right just to see if you get a little bit of a neck stretch. You're creating traction between the palms of your hands and the back of your head to stretch the neck here. Soften shoulders away from ears. And then relax your head back. It's still resting in the hands and your lower back is pressed against the floor. Hover the knees over the hips here, right? And the shins are parallel with the floor. So L shape with the legs, belly button draw it in, and the head resting in the hands. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Exhale as we come up. Now the exhale could be out through the mouth, or it could be through the nose. Inhale back down. Exhale back up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. If that's a bit much, some might have their feet down to the floor here, but still not pushing with the hands, rather lifting using the core and the upper sort of rectus abdominal muscles here, right? The head, you want it to be resting in your hands. Keep going. Inhaling again. Exhale up. Notice we're utilizing the full length of the breath here. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Nice and slow as you come down and rest. Guide your knees to your left. Wiggle the hips a little bit to your right for a gentle passive twist. I'm just going to continue to support my head with my right hand behind it as I bring the knees in a bit and gently press as I exhale, sending the knees to the left side. Coming back to center, inhaling. Hips a bit to the left and the knees over to the right side for a passive twist. Soften through the neck and shoulders here, upper back grounded down. Palm of the right hand gently pressing knee thigh away from you. Coming back to center, maybe hug the knees in or hang on to the legs here and rock a bit back and forth, massaging the lower back and the mid back. Good. Now as we come back, we're going to go ahead and hover again and interlace hands and let the weight of the head and neck rest again in the arms. Yogi bicycles this time. Inhaling. Exhale up with the chest and shoulders. Extend right foot heel away. Lower a bit more towards the floor if you want a bit more. And right elbow towards left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale up, extend left elbow to right knee. If you want a bit more, the foot is further away, lower towards the floor, a little bit less, a little bit higher, and the foot is closer to you. Okay, back to center. Exhale up. Extend right elbow to left, knee, inhaling back. Exhale up and good. Let's go 7 more at your own flow. Try to flow with the breath here, nice and slow. Don't rush it. Movement should be following the breath. For 1. 2. 3. 4. Let's make it an even number. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Good. Relax the head and hug the knees back into the chest. Circle the knees around a little bit again here. And rock a little bit back and forth. Hang on to the legs and start to again rock back and forth here as you come to hover on the second or third one for Navasana boat pose. Sit up tall, belly button in. Beginner level, you'll hang on to your legs. You'll focus on sitting up tall, pulling the belly button in, Uddiyana Bandha engagement. Shoulders, you roll them back and down. Good posture with the trunk, with the torso, shoulders away from ears. Those that want a bit more, brace through the core. You're releasing here as you hover. As we roll back onto our back, we'll extend through the legs and circle the feet about the ankle joints here. And point and flex back and forth. Curl toes closed, maybe fan toes open. Now, for our hundreds, we'll start to vigorously pump the arms, breathing through the mouth rapidly. Those that want a little head support here, if the neck is sensitive, you'll support one arm, hand supporting the weight of the head and neck here. Otherwise, both hands are pumping. Let's go ahead and begin. And you can also modify here if you need to with the knees bent. You don't have to have the legs extended, right? Challenge yourself, or again, modify as you need to here. Let's go ahead and begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms are energized, right? You're extending through the fingertips here, engaging through the arms, the forearms here as you vigorously pump. Chin to chest, belly in, or one hand supporting your head. Those that want a bit more, feet up straight, pointing toes, shoulders up a little bit higher. For Yogi Fire Breath, you're sealing the lips closed, and that's done through the nose. Flex toes towards you if your feet are up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hug the knees back in. Circle the knees around. Rock a bit back and forth. And come to a seated position. Cross the legs. Send the feet back. And now we're going to go ahead and have the hands in a neutral table position with the hands a little bit wider apart. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my hands and my arms externally as I rotate so the eyes of the elbows are facing forward. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to slide and wiggle the feet back a little bit, and I'm going to come into a lazy upward facing dog, relaxing through the lower back, maintaining the lift, and I'll relax the belly initially, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and then as I inhale, I press into the hands a bit more to get that elevation through the scapula. As we exhale, we'll try to draw the belly button in and up. Curl toes under. Inhale, knees begin to lift. And exhale for your first downward facing dog. Now again, those with high blood pressure, you don't want to stay in this position too long. You can come into a child's pose instead, or child's pose with your forehead resting on your block. And pedal out the feet here a little bit as you bicycle, as you walk the dog, nodding the head yes and shaking the head no. Bending and extending through the knees. Good. Hover to your high plank. If the hands, wrists are sensitive, you could come onto the knuckles over here and belly button draw it in as you press floor away. Shoulders starting to warm up. Core stays active as we suck in belly. Right elbow to left knee. Foot goes back. Left elbow to right knee, and foot goes back. Core stays active. Exhale as you come forward. So we're coming across with the knees. If you want a bit more, round through the upper back more, knees up a little bit higher. Good. Back onto the hands. Lower the knees down, knees wider, inhaling. And for a child's pose as you exhale. I like to bring the hands, arms besides and allow the shoulders to wiggle away and relax here. Calm, steady breath. Slowly as we come back to our tabletop position. From Dvipada Pittam or tabletop, hands wide open again, eyes of the elbows face forward. Inhale, come into the Lordadic curve as you come into Vittalasana or cow. Deep inhale here. Exhale, round back into Marjariasana or cat. Press floor away, belly button draw it in. Inhale back into cow. Exhale into cat. One more time. Exhale, cat. Curl toes under, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Settle the heels down here. Actively press floor away, belly button draw it in. Hover to high plank position again and lower down to the forearms for dolphin plank. Those that want a bit less, you're going to rest the knees and the shins and you're going to try to keep your belly chest off the floor still, right? Try not to let the hips sag forward. Those that want a bit more, you're here and our time starts now. Shoulders press, or your forearms press floor away, belly button draw it in, long neck, shoulders away from ears. Actively pull the belly button up towards the ceiling. Bring the feet a little closer together. Engage your glutes a bit, like you're kind of flexing your butt cheeks. Belly button draw it in, and keep your thighs firm and strong, extending through your heels. If that becomes a bit much, you could relax a bit and find a soft bend in the knees. More than halfway there. Good. Come on to high plank position. Shoulders are probably feeling a burn. Core stays active. Gently shake the head no here. And nod the head yes. If you need to rest, go ahead and rest. If you're kind of pushing through over here, again, right elbow to left knee or right knee to left elbow. With exhale, foot goes back, left elbow to right knee. Left knee to right elbow. Keep going. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Another child's pose as we come back. Soften the shoulders away and make a fist with each hand. Circle the wrists around a bit here as you relax in child's pose. Maybe opening, closing your hands also. Calm breath through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Good. Hands come forward. Let's go ahead and come down to the belly and the thighs nice and flat. Long neck, tops of the feet down and shoulders away from ears. Okay, so you're extending through the crown of the head as you draw the belly in and press the tops of the feet to the floor. Reach the hands behind and send the fingertips away from you, palms facing upward. Engage through the upper back and the triceps and lift the chest off the floor here for hovering in a baby cobra or a locust. Your hands could be here too, or on the floor if the lower back is sensitive. You're engaging more through the glutes right now as you hover here. Those that want a bit more, begin to swim here as you start to kick with the feet and the legs. Extended, energetic legs, toes pointing away, long neck. If you want a bit more, shoulders, chest up a little bit higher. You can airplane the arms open also. Hands release. Belly button in. You can inhale up to plank or to table first, and then with your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nod the head, yes. Shake the head, no. And actively press floor away here, sending the forehead towards the thighs. Slowly as we lower down, let's go ahead and send the feet forward again. Come down to our back for another round of hundreds. This time we're going to go ahead and we might add another layer. We might try to come up a little bit higher with the chest and shoulders, and we also might come to a 45-degree sort of boat pose variation. So we'll begin here. Remember, you could always support the head if you need to with one hand. Those that want a bit more, feet straight up. Now those that want a bit more, you're here. 45, vigorously pumping the arms. Belly in. Sit up tall. Five, four, three, two, one, and as you come down. Again, hug the knees in, circle the knees around. And now your feet come down, right cross it over left, left hand behind the head, belly button draw it in. We'll work oblique crunches a bit here, soften through the neck and shoulders. Your right arm resting, palm of the right hand facing the ceiling, or palm of the hand could be down also. Inhale here. Exhale up with the chest first, draw the belly button in, and then a little turn to your right. Like you want to draw your left shoulder towards your right knee thigh. Try not to do this with your knee. Keep it open so you maintain the figure four. Inhale, come back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale. 4. Inhaling. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Now reach the left hand up. Uncross and send the right foot up towards the ceiling. Try to reach up with the left hand. Maybe you even touch the foot. Extend the other leg all the way out. Lift here. Draw the belly button in and hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Hug that right knee in, circle the knee around. Left crosses over right, figure 4. Right hand supports the head and neck. Rest the head. Soften through the shoulders here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale up with the chest, shoulders. Right shoulder towards the left knee thigh as you engage the obliques, you crunch on the right side. That's with your exhale. Inhale, you come back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, as we release, we extend the left foot up, we extend the right foot all the way out, and we reach the right hand as high as we can, maintaining lift through the shoulders and the chest, belly button in. Hold here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Hug the left knee in. Circle the knees around a little bit here. Rock a little bit left and right. And take that nice long pencil stretch. Big inhale here. Exhale it out. Hug the knees back in. Hold on to the legs. Rock a bit back and forth. Good. Let's hold another boat pose here in Navasana. This time, if you're adding a layer, you might keep the legs extended, so you're like in a V shape over here, and you can flex toes towards you, or you could point toes away. And belly button in, and you're holding here. Your arms are parallel, shoulders roll back and down, lifting through the heart center here. Draw the belly button in, elongating torso as we hover here. Now slowly as you hold on to the legs and come forward. If you have a couple of yoga blocks and they're about the same sort of thickness, height, your hands will come on the blocks as you cross your legs. Some might bring their hands to the floor, keep the legs crossed, and try to lift the hips off the floor as you press into the blocks over here. Inhaling, and as we lift here. Slowly as we lower down, rock back and forth, come up. Pigeon pose modification, or it's kind of like almost like a mermaid. Your left is across you, and your right is the same sort of shape, but behind you here. And sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and twist your left here with just a little exhale. Press floor away, maintain the lift in the chest torso. Belly button, draw it in, shoulders soft. Now as you switch sides, so now your right comes across, kind of like that pigeon pose with the front on this side, and you just keep a soft bend, lift and sit up tall, and gently as you exhale, twisting to your right. Slowly as we come back to center here. Send the legs out in front of you. Shake out the legs a little bit. Sit up nice and tall. Good. I'm going to go ahead and just restart the camera. All right. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to come to that cobra position or lazy upward facing dog position again. We're going to wiggle the legs a little bit apart maybe. We're relaxing through the hips and pelvis here, but we're pressing floor away through the hands, elevating through the scapula, and belly button will try to draw it in, especially if there's any lower back issues. You don't want to come into the lower back too much and get that compression in the lumbar. You want to maintain the lift here. Good. Sit back for a child's pose with an exhale. And now we'll come back again to a high plank position. So now again, you could be on the knuckles. If the wrists are a bit sensitive, you just have to maintain firm and sort of straight arms so there's no bend in your wrists as you draw the belly in. You could be on the hands also, working to strengthen, the forearms a bit more as you kind of grip floor and draw the belly button in. So you could be here too with the fingers spread wide open. If the wrists hurt, hover the weight back. Don't be so much over your wrists here, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and lift up the right foot just a couple of inches off the floor. We'll inhale to rotate open to the right. Exhale internally as we have the hips square up with the floor again. One more time. We'll lower the right foot back down. Left foot off the floor. Brace core, belly button draw it in. Externally rotate and open to your left. Exhaling as you internally rotate. Keep pushing floor away. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Lower the foot back down. Have the knees to rest. Sit back onto the heels or on your block. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a bit here. Interlace hands behind back and send them away from you to open through the heart center, through the chest, stretching through the shoulders. Belly button in, long neck, and maybe start to gradually exhale and draw the chin towards the chest. Inhale first. Slowly as you release. Shrug the shoulders. Shake the head no. And nod the head, yes. Good. We're going to go ahead and come back to that high plank position again. Core stays active. Draw belly button in. This time as we elevate the right foot leg, we'll inhale. Point toes, exhale, bring the knee outside of the right elbow and we'll hover here whole. We push floor away, we draw the belly in. Now we'll take it to the left elbow with a turn. We come back to center and that's going to be our motion. Let's go for 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale it back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press hands into the floor and send the heart towards the thighs. Or you're resting in child's pose, so the head is about heart level. Back to plank as you inhale. Exhale, press floor away, belly button in, lift up the left. Inhaling, exhale, left knee to left elbow. Bring it across to the right elbow. 15 times now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale it back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Come down and on to the back here. Hug the knees in. Circle the knees around. Circle out the wrists a little bit here. Give them a little stretch if you need to. And interlace hands behind head. Let the weight of the head and neck again rest in the arms. Deep, slow breathing to reset. Good. Feet are going to extend out. Now, as we come up, right hand again behind the head, supporting the head and the neck, we're going to go ahead and beginner level, you're going to keep the knee bent. You're going to be here, belly button in. A bit more, the leg is extended, the foot is pointing up towards the ceiling, okay? This is your left foot as you're pointing, toes drawing belly in. Inhaling, exhale as you come up with a turn. Or you could release the hand also. And exhale as you come up. Now move those together. Inhaling, leg goes down, arm comes back. Exhale up for 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. You might even reach, catch the foot for a little bit of cheating. Belly button, draw it in. Nice little stretch for the back of the leg also. If you want that core compression and hold, you're not holding on to the foot. You're just reaching up as high as you can. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug that left knee into the chest again and circle the knee around. Massage the hip joint. Massage a bit through the lower back. Left hand behind head. Right knee shin, 90-degree bend, belly button in, pressing lower back into the floor. So you're either here or your right foot is extending away. Inhaling. Exhale as you come up. A little turn, a little twist, oblique crunch. Now, synchronize the motion. Inhaling. Exhaling back. Inhale here, 1. And 2. 3. 5. 6. And 7. Again, you could reach and grab the foot here for a little stretch. Belly button, draw it in. Or if you're releasing, holding here. Maintain the lift and the little twist and reach up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the right knee back into the chest. Circle the knees around here a little bit here. Left and right, left and right. Hug both knees in. Press knees into the chest. Press the lower back into the floor to release through the lower back. Hang on to the legs and rock back and forth, back and forth. Boat pose Navasana this time. More compression in this one. So again, gradually as you add layers. Beginner level, you're holding here, and then you're gradually working on the extension without falling into a sort of slouched position, right? We want the lift and belly in. Those that want a bit more, peace fingers might hook the big toes, Navasana, boat pose as we come up here, sitting up tall, belly button in. Those that want even a bit more, hands underneath the calves, reaching towards the heels more. Toes pointed, core stays active, maintaining the lift and length out of the waist. And maintaining that core compression as you draw your head up and forward more towards your shins. Slowly now as you release, cross the legs to let them come down. Any way you cross is fine. Hands behind you. As you inhale, press hands on the floor and lift the hips off the floor. Big exhale, open mouth. Send the hips forward. Relax the head back. Stretch the throat open here. Slowly as you release and come down to the back. Now we're going to go ahead and keep the feet parallel, about hip distance apart, maybe a few inches between the feet here. Glutes are going to start to activate. We're going to go ahead and send up the hips here. Option to rest the head down, of course, if you want, or chin to chest if you're trying to strengthen the neck muscles a little bit. Belly button draw it in. If the neck is sensitive, just relax the head back, or hands supporting or interlacing behind the head here. Feet come in a bit more. Those that want a bit more, you might even come onto the tippy toes, engage through the glutes as you lift up here. Core stays active, belly button draw it in. Slowly as we release and come down, bring the knees in, come and have a seat. Now plant the feet down. Core stays active now, okay? Feet are down, roughly a 90-degree bend in the knees, four corners of each foot planted down. We might bring the thighs together here, brace through the core as we sit up tall, and we'll reach the hands forward, okay? Let's go ahead and raise that right arm nice and high. You don't want to be forward too much where you feel no resistance. You want to come back a bit. So there is a little bit of activity here. If you want more, you're back further, right? Be careful with the lower back, of course, here. Monitor that as you go back. Right arm back parallel. Left arm coming up. Left arm parallel again. Right arm opens to the right. Hand comes back. Left arm to the left. And left hand comes back. Right foot off the floor, extending, maybe flexing toes towards you. Lower down a bit more. Foot comes back down. Extending left side, flex toes. Foot comes back down. Hang on to the legs and come back up. Hover again. This time, as you turn to sit, you're going to send the knees to the left side here. So you're sitting up tall in this sort of kind of mermaid position. You're reaching up with your right arm, inhaling. Exhaling up and over to your left. Your left hand serves as a base for you as you reach up and over to your left. Soften through the shoulders, pull the belly in. Exhale your right hand back down. shift the mermaid. So now you're sitting up this way. Right hand down, inhaling left side nice and high. Exhale up and over to your right. Soften through the shoulders, belly button, draw it in. You're sitting more on your left sit bone. Inhaling there. Exhaling as you come back. Good. Send the feet back out in front again. This time, we're going to go ahead and extend the feet away. Now, those with sensitive lower back, you might keep the knees bent as you come down, or you might have the hands here when we come to hover for this particular hold. Those that are taking it a little bit further, you're coming back, hands across chest, extending the feet off the floor, hovering here as you draw the belly in. You really want to press the lower back into the floor. You want to engage the glutes a little bit and actively suck in the belly. We're going to hold here. Lower down as you rest. Reach back, take a nice long stretch. Good. Hug the knees back in, rock a bit back and forth, back and forth. Cross the legs. Come forward again if you want. Hands on the blocks or hands to the floor. The key is to create that core compression. A lot of engaging through the core, belly button in as you actively press hands into the floor. Shoulders back and down, maintaining lift in the chest. The blocks, of course, give you that elevation. Even if you could lift up the hips and work on the engagement, even maybe 1 foot at a time as you lift off the floor, that's still plenty of work. Over time, hands to the floor, without the blocks maybe, as you lift the hips off the floor. Hug the arms in and actively press floor away. Let's begin to hold. Slowly as we lower down. Go ahead and come forward again to that lazy upward facing dog. Relax the pelvis forward and down, but maintain the lift in the upper trunk. Shoulders roll back and down. Focus on a few slow, deep breaths. Noticing the inhales, extending upwards and stretching through the front abdominal layer. Slowly as you lower down, go ahead and bring the hands in front of you here. Your forehead could rest on the tops of the hands as the hands are together here. And you're going to go ahead and open up the knees and bring the soles of the feet and the heels together. Okay, wiggle the hips around just a bit here. Now as you engage through the glutes, we're going to go ahead and press to engage the glutes and lift the thighs and the knees off the floor as we keep the soles of the feet together. Let's begin. Exhaling as we pulsate upwards. Fifteen. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send the feet down. Come up, downward facing dog. Bicycle it out. yes, and shaking head no. Modify if you need to, child's pose or any other variation you like to rest. Good. Hover to your plank position again, and now we're going to go ahead and hold a slightly longer plank. We're going to come to the forearms. We'll modify if we need to, knees down if we need to again. But chest, belly, we're going to try to maintain chest, belly off the floor. Okay? Take a few breaths here. I'll let you know when time starts in 5, 4, 3, and let's go ahead. Hips up, knees up here as we hold. Now some might take a break, some might come to their high plank, and mountain climbers for 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 30. To your right, side plank to your right as you open, left hand down. Elevate, modify if you need to. Back to your high plank. Right hand to center, turn to your left, or modify again on this side as you need to. Keep those hips lifted. And back to high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower knees and sit back for a child's pose. Option to interlace hands behind head for a stretch, behind your back, I mean. So here, I'm drawing the palms together as I press them, shoulders away from ears, draw the belly in. Lengthen neck, shoulders away from ears. And then relax the arms back down. Good. Slowly, as you come forward onto the belly, onto the thighs, make a cross shape on the floor and look to your right as you rest your left ear down. Okay? Now, your right hand is going to come in next to you. Palm of your left hand is going to stay down and that arm is extending right across from you, just the way I'm showing here. I'm going to go ahead and turn and bring the right foot behind and plant it on the floor here. I'm going to rest the head so my head and neck is relaxing. Option to rest arm behind back. Calm breath. Find a little space between ears and shoulders. Slowly as you come back. Looking to your left, right arm extended out, palm of the hand is down, left hand arm comes in, and you'll begin to wiggle and bring the hips underneath you a bit more as you turn to bring the left foot behind you. The right can stay extended here. It's up to you. You could keep a soft bend in the knee if you need to, and you could wiggle around with the foot until you're in a more steady position. Your head, neck, shoulders relaxing here. Option for left arm to stay behind your back. Notice if there's any pinching between the scapula and the upper back. You want to make sure the chin is slightly in and you're giving a little space, you're keeping a little space between the shoulder blades. Slowly as you release and slowly as you come back. Go ahead and come back to a child's pose. This one, you could keep the hands sort of extended away. You can cupcake the hands, stay on the fingertips, and sit back for your deepest child's pose so far. Reaching hands forward. Meanwhile, your sit bones pressing back onto the heels. Shoulders away from ears. Find a little space between the ears and the shoulders. Notice where the forehead is resting to keep a slightly longer feel in the neck. Slowly as you press and come back to a seated position. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And gently here, as you shake your head no, and as you nod your head yes. All right, let's go ahead and sit. Have a seat any way you're comfortable. To finish and seal our practice here, shrug the shoulders a few times. One more time here. And maybe ear to shoulder nice and slow on each side. And gentle if you're rolling with the head and neck here. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you again for joining me, sharing this virtual space together. I appreciate your time. Gratitude. Stay healthy, stay safe. Until next time. Namaste.